The management challenge today with our clients is just trying to define what customer centricity really is. And what does it mean for their organization, whether it's a B2C organization or whether it's B2B. It sort of manifests itself in different ways, and being able to listen and respond, to think of your organization more of the outside in viewpoint versus the inside out. Don't think about your organizational structural walls, but think, no matter what seat you're in, whether you're in a back office function or a front office function, what is the customer thinking? How do they perceive the value that you're delivering to them? And what's your ability to listen to them no matter what channel you sit in? And when I look at it, with our clients, it's really a sort of philosophical change at the executive level that they need to sort of generate in order to drive this change.
Yeah, I love the idea of sort of structure as being part of sort of creating that challenge historically, right? Is that large organizations have optimized around functional disciplines,
right,
which has kind of moved the hardest problems to being what I describe as between the seams, or between the organizational seams. And they're really hard for the organization to address because it requires a collaboration between teams, between functions. And that's what this disruption is really pointing out. Now, it's tempting sometimes when you see that problem to say, well, let's reorganize, which often kind of moves the football down the road, but doesn't actually solve the root cause issue, which may be more about the culture, more about the commitment to respond.
And CEOs that are investing in the transformation to more customer centricity are really investing in taking the time to educate their people on what that means, to change the organization, so that what they're doing is they're looking at all the aspects of the interactions, and they are aligning it with customer interactions, customer wants and needs, versus the individual functions that people perform when they're doing their day job.
So to understand what is exactly going on in our customer experience, how do customers use our product? How do they engage with service? Where do those breakdowns occur? If the executives saw what that was like, be the undercover boss, right? And witness what that experience would be like, they would get behind this topic a whole lot more. And they would understand the value of it as to what it could do for retention, what it could do for growth, and what it could do to differentiate themselves against their competition.
They have their finger on the pulse of the customer.
That's right. That's right. One of the CEOs I spoke to recently, they have a customer response team. So when customer issues come in, they're able to respond, to that customer's need as fast as they can.
Such an important concept, the sense and respond organization. I mean, it's not just a concept, it's a question for our clients. Do you have a sense and respond organization? And if we asked that question 20 years ago, we would talk about product life cycles, service development, and we'd measure things in months or years. Fast forward another decade, and we had the concept of the product manager, who hopefully expedited that sense and respond cycle and got things to market within a period of weeks or months. Now, the customer expectation has changed. The cycle time is compressed. You have to have a sense and respond organization. It's almost a critical element. It's an expectation of the customer-centric organization.